Hey Cheryl, got David on the table for our balance now, so let's get into it and see what we can do for you. Do you want something under your knees, David?
No, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, knees up, beautiful, and down. Now, are you warm enough?
Yeah.
It's a bit chilly here today. It's a bit chilly. Okay, so firstly, okay, so let's get started. I'm 100% Cheryl. 100% Cheryl. Okay, so give me a yes, give me a no. Are we in Cheryl's energy field? Okay, is there any fragmentation in Cheryl's energy field? No. Is it okay for Cheryl's energy field for us to work on her? Right. So the conscious, the subconscious, the unconscious, is there any challenges with the unconscious, with the subconscious, with the conscious? So we're happy to go. Beautiful, thank you.
I'm 100% Cheryl.
Beautiful. Okay. So where do we need to start? Okay. Okay. Okay, so we want to make sure, we want to make sure that everything, the energy is just traveling beautifully through the body. There's a bit of chronic fatigue, that sort of thing in here. And with metabolic issues going on throughout the system, we just want to make sure the electrical energy is traveling as beautifully as it can. Okay, so where do we need to start? Do we need to start with the map of consciousness, the Chiron point, with adrenal stuff, survival, deep survival, hidden deep survival, celestial circuit? So which priority is it? Celestial circuit, adrenals, survival. Okay, celestial circuit. And hold.
It wasn't tight?
No. And hold. No. So that's third stage stress of your celestial circuit, which means, well, let's actually ask before I describe it. So is it jammed? Is it running backwards? It's running backwards. So there's a connection between your conscious and unconscious meridians that is actually flowing in the wrong direction. So it's constantly draining your energy, which is a general rule, means your center of gravity isn't where it's meant to be. Hold. Yeah, the dantian, there's just no energy there at all. So is it the feminine side? Is it the masculine side? It's the feminine side that's exhausted. So that's often that caring, nurturing, loving space. Not that men aren't, but men are more doing, and it's more the energy within our bodies. So that feminine side of the energy is really exhausted. Do we need to use the best technique? Yes, we do. So I'll need to sit over there for a minute. So I apologize for my back. So this is a bioenergetic reset little process. So David, I'll just get you to pay attention to your body in case you feel anything weird in there that you can share with us that might be Cheryl's energy and not yours. Because I'm starting to feel a little breathless, which is interesting.
I'm fairly normal.
Good. So one of the things that you can do when the celestial circuit is out of whack is sit cross-legged You don't have to sit cross-legged, but you can sit cross-legged. Have your hands over your base chakra, so over the pubic bone, and your tongue on the roof of the mouth, and hold them there for a few minutes. And what that does, the tongue on the roof of the mouth accesses the governing meridian, which is the meridian that governs your unconscious brain, which is where we are with survival, deep survival, hidden deep survival, that sort of thing. And the hand over the pubic bone or the base chakra allows better energy within the central vessel, which is the conscious meridian in the body. So by having the hands down over here, that's the base chakra, and it's just easier to access for me when I'm sitting cross-legged. So sitting cross-legged, having the hands there as well as the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and waiting until you sigh or yawn or something like that, and that's an indication that we've stimulated that energetic flow between that celestial circuit that combines the two of them. Okay, let's see where it's at. Okay, so it's locking now instead of unlocking. So is it balanced or in second stage stress? Okay, so we've gone from third stage stress exhausting because it was an unlock both times before. Now it's a lock both times, which is a second stage stress. It's over facilitated. Okay, and your body wants the base chakra combination to help to keep this celestial circuit more balanced. So the base chakra combination is the base chakra plus the tailbone plus the occiput behind the skull.
The tailbone's different from the pubic bone.
Yeah, so the pubic bone's at the front,
Right.
and the tailbone's at the back.
Right.
And the pubic bone connects the hips at the front, and the tailbone's the last part of the spinal cord.
At the top of the hip.
Well, fairly low. You know, your tailbone's way down here.
Yeah. It's embedded in the hip bone, is it?
Yeah, and there's actually several bones to the tailbone. It's not just one bone. It's generally 3, I think. It might be 5. Or maybe that whole... Anyway.
The whole little bit at the end.
Yeah. And some people have it broken at one stage and then it gets calcified in the wrong position, and that can be excruciating for people. Not a lot of fun. Not a lot of fun. Okay, so let's recheck that. So, base chakra, tailbone, occiput, and hold. So it's either balanced or second stage stress. Hold. Okay, so that's balanced now, the base chakra. Okay, so is there more to do on the celestial circuit? There's still something more to do, more of the same, more of something else. So we need a tuning fork combination. Interesting. So let's find out what the first tuning fork is. Okay. So liver. So the first, yes, and with metabolic syndrome, liver is involved. You know, it's often, you know, sort of the connection between things like diabetes or heart or even polycystic ovaries. But the liver often is really challenged up, makes it really hard for us to lose weight. The body gets into a fat storing process, which isn't a lot of fun. But anyway, so the first emotional thing with the tuning fork is the liver. Oh, double liver. Okay, let's not muck around. So liver is about internalized rage and anger. So it's the yin energy, it's the feminine energy, and it's for when we're suppressing a lot of stuff in our poor little body so that we're not allowing it out. We're not allowing ourselves to heal. And that's often when we're not speaking it out. You know, and obviously David's a holistic counselor. It's just not good holding things in and not communicating them to the world. Yeah, right. So when we've got double liver going on, we end up becoming unimportant to ourselves. Unimportant. We feel unimportant to the world around us, and we feel unadaptable. Turkey bush is the flower essence, and turkey bush is about creation. So in one manifestation, it's about artists. Oh, right, because you're a singer. So having that singing in your world, you know, creating that beauty within music, you know, so when turkey bush is jammed, it inhibits the creativity within us. But it can also be about creating the world you want. So creation of the life you want, creation of the health you want, creation of, you know, being able to go, right, this is my health, this is my body, what do I want? How do I create that health and wellness that I'm after? Okay, so we need to transform, transcend, and dissolve this energy, which is about the creative block and disbelief in your own creative ability. So when I'm saying about creativity, for you, Cheryl, I want you to be thinking about what it is you want. What it is you want your body to feel like, how you want your lungs to be, how you want your singing to be, how you want to be creating those positives in your world that allow you to live the best life you can live. Okay, so I need to do the tuning forks on the liver meridians, no surprise there. And I also need to do figure eights under your feet, which is about grounding. It's about solidifying yourself down into the earth so you feel solid and safe and content. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transform my creative block and my disbelief in my creative ability into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively believe in myself and my inspired creativity and expression. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transcend my creative block and my disbelief in my creative ability into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively believe in myself and my inspired creativity and expression. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively dissolve my creative block and dissolve my disbelief in my own creative ability into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively believe in myself and my inspired creativity and expression. Okay, so base chakra, tailbone, occiput, sphenoid, and hold. Hold. Right, so that's locking, it's unlocking, and it's locking again, so that's beautiful. So your base chakra is now nice and balanced. Let's go and check your celestial circuit. And hold. So it's either balanced or in second stage stress. And hold. Beautiful. Nice and balanced there. Excellent. Now let's check the dantian as well, your center of gravity. Good, so that's back in place. And again, anytime you're meditating, if you consciously pop your hands just below your belly button, that's your dantian. So when we're feeling stressed or anxious or fractured or fatigued, if we pop our hands there for a minute and just imagine all of our energy, sort of pull in all of the energy from the universe that's been drained from us, being drained from us from work, being drained from us from our health issues, being drained from us for thoughts and negative thinking, and just allow that all to come back into the center of gravity, into that Dantian area just in underneath, and then cover yourself in a beautiful white light to allow yourself to feel safe and protected in that space. Okay. So going back to your notes. Right. So again, it's sort of about the metabolic issues and the fatigue and the energy. So let's go have a look. I'm going to check this paragraph and see where we need to focus on. Right, okay. So the Candida diet and the gut-brain connection, because obviously Candida can impact on our gut-brain communication. So what we might do is go into the immune system firstly. And hold, 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 hold. Yeah, not too bad. Like only 1 out of 5 of those immune system points were underactive. A couple of them felt, did you feel that, David? A couple of them were right on the edge. They were a lock, but not a solid lock. Yeah.
But they all locked.
But they, well, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 locked, which is awesome. So now what we'll do is check you for Candida and Candida particles. At some stage, if you want me to down the track, just contact me. But I don't do a very expensive one, but I basically run a bunch of scans for people. So I can, it's not free. It takes me about an hour. So, but basically, if you contact me and you're after that, then it can let us know that the types and amount of things like fungus, candidas, molds that are in people's bodies. Okay, so Candida and Candida particles. Hold, 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 hold. Ah, right. So your immune system is saying, I'm fine with Candida, but there's an energy mismatch. So the body is not particularly looking for the Candida because it doesn't know what it is. So with the energy mismatch, it's like the body can recognize something as being a positive in the body when it might actually be a negative in the body. Or vice versa. A good thing like magnesium might actually be depleted from the body, having it mixed up with something like mercury. Okay, so in relation to Candida and Candida particles, and actually, you know what I should do is, which I haven't done yet for you, Cheryl, is say minus all supplements, minus any medication because you're taking supplements. So minus all the supplements. Now let's ask in around Candida and Candida particles, even though we've already picked it up, just to make sure that we're not hiding it underneath the supplements. Because we should have picked it up anyway, but I just want to confirm that. Good. So now, sorry?
All solid.
All solid. Yeah, that's beautiful. So let's check fungus and fungal particles, or fungus and fungal spores. Because I don't know where you're living in the world, but we've got such weird weather that there's a lot of fungus sort of hanging in, it's really hard to get rid of. And I had a lady in the other day, and she's had some health issues for a couple of years, and she turned over one of her bits of furniture and it was totally covered in black mold, somewhere she would never have imagined it to be because she hasn't pulled her furniture apart and had a look. And certainly that could be part of the health challenge for a lot of people, is hidden molds and funguses in our houses, homes. That wasn't too bad anyway. So again, minus all supplements, minus all medications. So Candida funguses. So the next one's molds. So mold and mold spores. And hold, 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 hold. Okay. Now, thinking about the chronic fatigue, you know, those real fatigue symptoms, I'm just going to check a few other core things that can be going on with chronic fatigue. So one of them is biofilm and mucoid plaque. So the biofilm in the body that can build up, especially when we've had things like candida, fungus, molds, heavy metals, that sort of thing. Yeah, again, this isn't bad, but it's not awesome.
They're holding, but not really.
Yeah, they're right on the edge, you know, around that, like around 50%. So biofilm is a natural thing in the body that the body is releasing in order to protect some mucous membranes somewhere. But simultaneously, the biofilm can hold viral particles, bacterial particles, fungus, candida, mold particles. And then as we break down the biofilm, so if you're taking some supplements, lots of things can be breaking down biofilm in the body. So lots of supplements like anything with oregano or thyme or eucalyptus or, you know, all sorts of essential oils and herbs can break down biofilm. So then we can be breaking it down and releasing toxins back out into the bloodstream. So it's very much that that thing where we have to be sopping up just as much toxins as what we release, otherwise we can creating a more hypertoxic condition on our way through, and that can put the body into survival. Biofilm and mucoid plaque. And hold. That feels better. That just feels like a nice lock.
Yeah, they're good now.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Solid.
Yeah, so candida, fungus, molds, biofilm. Let's go heavy metals. Let's go heavy metals. Any and all heavy metals. While we're there, any and all geoengineering toxins. And hold, because none of us are getting away with that these days. And hold. Yeah, okay. This one is, would you say this is the worst so far?
Pretty.
Yeah, I think that one's, it, you know, because they've generally not been too bad, Cheryl. So obviously what you're doing is doing some good work. But that one didn't feel real fantastic. But it's about getting your body to start recognizing these things. So make sure you drink plenty of water after this. And I'm not, you know, I know you're working with a practitioner, but doing the things like putting some Celtic sea salt on your tongue before your purified water. Make sure you're not drinking tap water. It's got lots of fluoride and chlorine in. And actually, I don't even think they're just using fluoride and chlorine these days. They're using all sorts of things in there. And they're antibiotics, so they destroy the microbiome in the gut. And being on an anti-candida diet, I'm assuming you'll be fairly low in grains and sugars and white flour and things. But if we have time, I'll wait and see whether we've got time. But we might sort of have a look and see what type, because if you've had candida in the past, you might also have something like FODMAPs. So the fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols that are in simple sugars in a lot of foods. Any and all heavy metals and geoengineering toxins. And hold. Beautiful.
Very solid.
Yeah, really nice. Well, let's just check emotional gear, because if you've had fatigue for a long time as well, I'm just going to ask the immune system, but any and all trauma, any and all emotional complexes. Because we know that can be, yeah, again, that's sort of right on the edge of that. You know, it's not an unlock at all, but it sort of feels around that 50% on a couple of those. Would you agree? More on the left than on the right. But what we might do now is that enough with the immune system at this point? Okay, so let's go check out the adrenal survival, deep survival. Okay, so I think we've got a bit of work to do here. Is this a good next priority to do? Yeah. So the big toe muscle, the flexor hallucis longus, and hold the arm up for me. Hold the arm up for me. That one's okay. Peroneus brevis, hold. Peroneus brevis, hold. Oh, okay, on the left. tibials on the right, tibials on the left. Oh, interesting. Foot proprioceptors on the left, foot proprioceptors. Oh, right, it's uneven. Interesting. So you've got a couple of muscles showing up on the left foot, but your foot proprioceptors are okay, but the muscles are okay on the right, but your foot proprioceptors aren't. So we'll do that. What about the 8th chakra sitting just in underneath the foot and right? Interesting. So that your feet are totally out of whack. So that's really interesting because it's like you're certainly not solid on the planet feeling safe and secure. Like that's not what your body is telling me. So let's get in there and wake these little guys up. And I'll do them both sides just because I suspect there's such a big imbalance and it takes no more effort to do 2 sides than one. But we know that it's really out of kilter, so it's just as easy to do it all. Okay, so relax and breathe in. Breathe out and push. And breathe in and relax. Breathe out and push. Breathe in and relax. Breathe out and push. Breathe in and relax. Breathe out and push. And this time you're coming this way, David. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out and lift. And breathe in, breathe out and lift. And breathe in, breathe out and lift. Then I'll do the foot proprioceptors. This is something that if you can get into the position, you can do it, which is switching on your foot proprioceptors. So basically it's a firm movement from the soft part of your foot outwards in all directions. And then twisting and pulling each toe in turn. I did this one on Teddy this morning. He was laughing and ouching simultaneously. Yeah, so the little toes.
I'm feeling a bit queasy.
All right, David's feeling a bit queasy. That's interesting. We might do the organs next before we do the survival patterns. Because we might be moving too much stuff through the liver for you. So I hope you wake up okay.
Was it not enough?
Sorry?
Oh.
What's that?
Wake up.
Well, she's not in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I say that. I don't know where she is. So let's have a squiz. I'm just going to have a quick squiz at the organs to see if there's anything we need to pick up because of the queasiness. So let's have a look. So brain, spinal cord, lung, circumflex, heart, stomach. So stomach's underactive, large intestine, bladder, small intestine, triple heater, gallbladder, liver. Well, I would have guessed liver, but that's showing up okay. Spleen, kidney. So the 2 organs that are showing up at the moment that are taking the brunt of what we're doing are the small intestine and the stomach.
And the stomach was where the queasiness was.
Yeah, right. Okay. So stomach and stomach energy. And hold up for me. Yeah. Hold up for me. Okay. Not too bad. Again, around that 50% energy, but we'll pick it up. So underneath the left breast tissue is where you can rub to support better lymphatic detox from your stomach energy. The meridian is one of the longer ones in the body. Okay, so stomach energy, hold. That's better. Again, it wasn't terrible before. It was just a little bit of an unlock. And then the next one that showed up was the small intestine. So we use the quadriceps for that. So bend the leg. That's it. Hold up for me. Bend the leg, hold up for me. Neither of them are terrible. It could easily be over-facilitated as well. So I'll give it some energy, then see if the alarm points correct themselves. So by doing the lengthen to strengthen on the quadriceps, that helps send energy to the stomach muscle itself, and then by rubbing the spots underneath the ribs, help the stomach and the diaphragm. And because of the singing stuff, there could very easily be stuff going on with your diaphragm stomach connection. Okay, so again, I'm just going to stack it in again. Hold up for me. Hold up for me. Now let's go recheck the alarm points. How's the queasiness?
Yeah, better.
Better?
Point.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so with stomach pain or digestive pain, underneath the left breast tissue area on men and women, so left side is stomach, right side is liver, you know, so you can sort of support your digestion by sort of doing both of those little spots. And with the small intestine, it's that just in underneath the rib cage in there, helps to pick up the small intestine energy. Okay, so again, do I need to do any more organs at this point? Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do, because we sort of have, actually we'll just double check all these little bone muscles of the feet. Hold, hold, hold. Yeah, beautiful. Foot proprioceptors, 8th chakra. So they're all really beautifully, you know, locking on the left foot. And hold, 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 hold. And they're really well locking on the, anyway, they're locking on both sides, which is awesome. So now let's go in and check survival, deep survival, and hidden deep survival. So here's survival switching. Yeah. So that's not a lock. Deep survival, hold. That's not a lock. And hidden deep survival, and that's not a lock. So basically your unconscious brain has decided that life's going to be stressful forever. So when we've got, you can imagine with the deep breathing, your body doesn't believe it's safe enough to have a nice deep breath, because deep breaths are about safety. You know, if you're in a room with, you know, 10 healthy people and they're breathing deeply, they'll have these beautiful, loud, deep breaths all night long, especially if they've been drinking. Ha ha ha. But, you know, so people who breathe shallow overnight, their body's constantly in a state of anxiety. They hardly ever wake up feeling refreshed because they're just not getting into that deeper level of sleep, because the nervous system's gone, you don't get a deep sleep, because that's when the tiger's going to pounce. So you've got survival, deep survival, and hidden deep survival online. So that's fairly major. So of course, you're going to be draining adrenaline all the time. So you're going to constantly have that adrenaline tap on, but it's not going to be refilling. So of course the fatigue is going to be there all the time. Okay, so let's go in and check out the sensory overload. Glasses on. Okay, so the first little area showing up is the anterior cingulate gyrus. So this is the one where we don't feel perfect under stress, and we pick on ourselves about it. So let's check left to right, hold out, and the nuclei itself. Okay, so it's more the connection from left to right, anterior cingulate gyrus. And that's in escape submission free, so your brain would rather run away than stay and say, yes, I did something wrong under stress. But your brain will pick on you constantly about it anyway. So even though we want to run away, our brain doesn't let us get away with that. Just keeps it going. Like David was saying earlier on in another video, you know, one of the ways to get yourself out of that negative thinking is by humming. You know, so sort of having the music going, humming along, singing's probably just as good. Is singing as good?
When you hum, it's hard to have thoughts. Just kind of blocked out the self-talk.
Yeah.
Heard that the other day. I thought it was brilliant.
Oh, hello.